Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Command Center, where we like to put our favorite commanders, maybe even yours, front and center. And you know we can't do that unless we're playing those devastating 3 letters, EDH. What does it stand for today, Hado Ken?
Oh, it stands for the harshest of the harsh, man. We're out there now effectively dismembering hope. That's right. Right now, we're getting our Dante's Inferno on, and we are Virgil. Abandon all hope, ye who enters this play group. Because right now, we're featuring from the new Thero set, my girl, well, I don't know what she is.
This one kind of eludes us.
Ashiok.
Yeah, Ashiok is here. Yeah, Ashiok.
AKA A-Money. Because her mama call her A-Money, so that's what we're going to call her. But before we get into the particulars of this deck, we got to give a shout out.
Yeah, we're going to give a shout out to our newest patron to join the Mana Squad, Ben. Ben, thank you for joining the Mana Squad and contributing to our Patreon.
Big Ben, thank you for being right on time to support us and what we do in all of our endeavors. And because Big Ben is a new supporter, who is his commander of choice?
His favorite commander is Saheeli the Gifted.
Now, it's not too much I know about this commander, so you have to bring me up a bit on this one.
All right, so this was a Planeswalker commander, very fitting for this episode, actually, since we're featuring a Planeswalker as our favorite card to talk about today. But Saheeli the Gifted was 2 in a red and a blue. Comes in with 4 loyalties. +1, create a 1/1 colorless artifact creature token.
Gotcha.
+1, other second ability. This is actually what everyone loves about it so much. So you get to, the next spell you cost 1 less to cast for each artifact you control.
Oh, you trying to play stuff for cheap.
Yeah, big artifact creatures, Eldrazi. I know what you're doing, Ben.
I like the way you tell them.
I know what you're doing.
And finally, what is her, of course, her ultimate?
For each artifact you control, create a token copy for it. Those tokens gain haste, exile them at the beginning of the next hit step.
And now that you mentioned it, this must be the new commander from the 2018 set. So, you know, it's very timely.
Yeah. So, like we said, we're not talking about an actual commander this episode. We just want to focus on a Planeswalker and the synergies that go with it.
So hold up, before we even get started, let me tell the crowd how this happened. So I saw the new trailer from Wizards of the Coast. It was awesome, and you know, it was a little disturbing. And I went to sleep that night, and I woke up punching. And you know what? It was Ashiok who did it to me. So you know what? Prolific. I gotta create a deck around it. So we got together, and we was like, what can bring dread? What could bring terror in a play group? And, you know, just make people start sweating in their Nikes. And you know what? We came up with an idea.
Yeah.
We're going to build a theme around Ashiok. And not just the new one, but all the Ashioks. You see, one thing you learn about Ashioks is, like the Mighty Ducks, they all fly together. That's right. They all work together. For example, let's give them the specs on the new Ashiok.
So, Ashiok Nightmare Fuel.
First of all, 3 in Dimir.
That's right.
It's a 5-drop.
Yep. So it comes with a 5 loyalty. It's +1. Create a 2/3 blue-black nightmare creature token. Whenever that creature token attacks or blocks each opponent, exiles the top 2 cards in their library.
That's right, baby. This is our Freddy Krueger deck. We're coming for your nightmares. What about his other abilities?
So, -3. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then that player exiles a card from their hand. Last ability, ultimate. You may cast up to 3 face-up cards your opponent's own from exile.
So basically what this whole deck is, we trying to mill you, we trying to exile you, we trying to go into your refrigerator and play your favorite cards. So not only does this Ashiok help us do that, but not only War of the Sparks was a gift.
Yeah.
And one of the greatest Planeswalkers they gifted us with was a 3-drop Ashiok that says, not only may you not search your library, that's his static ability. But his negative ability says, target player mills 4, then exile all opponents' graveyards.
That's right.
And now we ain't even talking about the OG, triple OG, Ashiok, who used to bid on a block, who knew what was hot on the streets when they were cold.
Yeah, Ashiok Nightmare Weaver. So this one, the +1, just exile 3 cards from target player target opponent's library. And then as a second ability, you can minus it and play a creature from that player's exile.
So yeah, whatever you exile, if there's enough loyalty on there, you can negative and get it back and put it on your side of the field.
Yeah.
But it's a couple of cards out there that help us do this thing.
Yeah. So the main reason second main reason we did this, because we were like, we need to make Kaya Orzhov fly. Like, this was also from the War and Spark set.
The War and Spark.
Like, Kaya does not get enough respect.
She doesn't get enough love.
Yeah, so we was like that final ability on her, where it's like target player loses life equal to the number of cards in exile, and you gain that amount of life. So it was like that's our aim.
We gonna get busy.
That's our goal.
We gonna get out there. So to help us out there, first of all, let's picture out there Leyline of the Void. Leyline of the Void is one of those set of cards that came out that says if it starts off of your hand, one of those enchantments that you can put it into play before the game even starts. And
right.
Leyline reads: if any card were to go to any opponent's graveyard for any reason,
just go straight to exile.
Go straight to hell. So with that feature, I also got to talk about this other card out there, Spark Double.
Yeah.
Spark Double is one of the most slept on cards out there because not only can it copy a creature,
it can become a planeswalker.
It can copy a planeswalker as well
that you control.
It can also copy a legendary creature. It just won't be legendary.
Yeah, and it has an extra bonus effect of if it copies a creature, it comes in with a 1/1 counter. If it copies a planeswalker, it comes in with an extra loyalty counter. Now
here's another one. I've been preaching this card from the mountaintop, but you heathens refuse to listen. It's called Kaya's Ghost Form. It is a 1-drop enchantment that you can put on top of a creature or planeswalker. And when this creature or planeswalker is exiled, it comes right back.
Or goes to the graveyard.
Why are they listening to me?
I don't understand.
I'm trying to tell them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you. Yeah. But anyway, what else we featuring for them?
So let's focus on these creatures that are bound to just do some mass exile.
They pound the drizzle.
All right, Thief of Sanity. What are your favorites?
I play Standard for a hot second, and one card that I hate is two actually: Thought Erasure and Thief of Sanity. Thief of Sanity says it's Gunty on a stick. It just Gunty entrance on a stick.
Yeah, it does combat damage. Exile the top 3 cards of target opponent's library that you hit.
You choose one and then you discard the other 2.
Yep, they stay in exile.
And you keep doing that.
Yeah.
What else are we featuring?
Sire of Stagnation.
Now, I'm going to need you to peep them on this game.
So, Sire, this is an Eldrazi. We've talked about this in the past. 6-drop, 4, and Dimir. So, whenever an opponent puts a land into play, you get to draw 2 cards. But they have to exile the top 2 cards of their library.
Oh, you just filling it up. Because what we doing this for? We doing this for Ashiok, but also Kaya. What else we featuring?
All right, next up, this is a card that you love, oldie, but a goodie. We got to talk about Angel of the Dire Hour.
Let me speak on this. First of all, this card has saved my life more times than I can count. Like, there's always that time when somebody get a little bold. You know, they get a little funky in their draws.
They start feeling themselves.
They start feeling all over themselves and think, I'm a couple turns sideways and come greet you at your front door.
Yeah.
Angel Dire Hour says, when this card enters the battlefield, that's flash.
Yeah.
Exile all attacking creatures. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, they don't even get nothing. No, they go home.
This is not settled to record.
No. We settling with our fists right now. And you can put all those punk cards in your exile zone. Have a good night.
All right. Now, we rocking with Theros. We got to at least go back to the god Phoenix, my favorite, god of deception. I like to call him Itachi Uchiha. All right? Yeah, because this one, it's just milling all day. What can they do?
You call him Phoenix. Well, I just know that he millie rocks on every block. Because when you turn them sideways, they just start milling.
All day long. So, man, this exile package is so vast. I mean,
you got to settle the wreckage, which means if they turn sideways, you can tell them to go find a corner and go sit in it.
You got your Rest in Peace, which is, it's full-sided, so, use this sparingly. Leyline of the Void may be a little bit better for what you're trying to do. Merciless Eviction.
Oh my God, you trying to exile some stuff. We exiling everything.
Yeah, choose a permanent type, pay 6, goes bye-bye.
Well, I know what you're thinking out there, but what if they get rid of Ashiok because there's a lot of haters out there? Well, you know what? There's plays of recurring card from your graveyard, like my new favorite card from the Theros set.
So you must be talking about Elspeth Conquers Death.
Now, Elspeth Conquers Death is a lot of sauce on this card. First of all, when it ETBs, the first saga says it exiles target creature power 3 or greater.
Permanent. Target.
Sorry. I speak out of turn. Target permanent.
Converted mana cost.
Converted mana cost 3 or higher. The second saga, you tell them what it says.
So non-creature spells your opponent's control cost 2 more to cast until your next turn.
That makes it hard to get rid of, baby. And the final one says return target Creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to the battlefield. And if it's a creature, you get an additional +1/1 counter. And if it's a planeswalker, you get an additional loyalty. But there's other enchantments out there, sagas that do this too.
Yeah, this is also very reminiscent of the Eldest Reborn 5-drop enchantment in black. Basically, let's get to the last one. Return target creature or planeswalker from a graveyard.
No, don't poop on the other two. The first one says either the first one says sacrifice a creature or a planeswalker.
Yep.
The second one says discard a card.
Yep.
The third one says let's get happy.
let's make it let's bring people back from the graveyard. So that's what this does. So I gotta talk about something from Ixalan.
Okay.
Profane Procession.
I call profane profanity because you gonna start cussing.
So this one starts off as an enchantment. You can pay 5 into it and exile target creature an opponent controls. Once you have 3 or more creatures under it, it flips into a land and turns into Tomb of the Dust Rose, where you can pay 4 mana, tap it, and bring back creatures that you exile with it.
It's getting dirty out in these streets.
Yeah, I just want to exile creatures. I don't care about bringing them back. Let's just get them off the board.
What else? What else we feature for these cats?
You ever heard of Sadistic Sacrament?
Never heard of Sadistic Sacrament, but it sounds disgusting.
So this is a 3-drop sorcery, 3 black, but a kicker of 7. So if you pay the total of 10, you can exile 15 cards from target opponents.
I call these martial law cards. I call these cards martial law, or maybe even Chun-Li, because when they come in, you gotta start kicking them.
One more thing.
Oh man, one more thing. What can we possibly do to desecrate this body even more?
We gotta exile the graveyards. So we talking about your Bajuka Bonds,
your Tormund's Crypts,
your Soul Guide Lantern, new in this new Thero set. And I mean, it's so much, so many ways to exile cards from graveyards. Not even just pick cards, just entire graveyards. Just go away.
So not only are with this deck we milling, we exiling, and we also bringing back your best stuff from your refrigerator to beat you to death with it. I know this is a very rude deck.
Yeah,
it was pretty rude when I was dreaming about it. You know, Freddy Krueger and Jason was shaking me like, what is you doing? And I was like, I got to get gross. I got to get nasty.
Yeah. So we haven't even talked about potential commanders for this deck yet.
Oh, there's a whole slew of them out there.
But if we're talking about some of the cards we mentioned, then I mean, if you don't do 5 color, then just go Esper. And, you know, of course, you got your Sin Triplets out of there.
Sin Triplets is an easy way to go, and you're better than that.
Personally, I narrowed this down to 2 choices. Either Dromar the Bouncer, which is what I call him, because, you know, he stands in front of the club, just cock diesel.
Trying to get in here?
Just like, try to get in?
Where your ID at?
No,
man.
No, go home. Go home. Oh, people cause a ruckus in the club? Just toss them out. Jazz style. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You better go to the Waffle House. You don't play it around here.
So, what Dromar says, 6/6 dragon, and he's 3 in the Esper. If he hits you, pay 2 in the blue. Choose a color. All those colors, permanents on the battlefield, go back to their owner's hands. That's what we do. And then simple discard strategy from there. You know, that's how we want to do it like that.
But you said 2. Who was the other commander you were talking about?
Oh man, love of my life. I love this little girl. I mean, if she showed up, I would adopt her right now.
Right now. Where the papers at?
On the spot.
Go clean your room.
I'm a not to. Fate Shifter.
Now, you got to refresh my memory on this one. This is one of the 2018 commanders.
Yeah, this is the one that can be Planeswalker that can also be your commander. So, cost Esper. Comes out, you know, it can flicker, permanent, and bring it back to your side of the battlefield if you own it. It can, shift around the top card of your library, draw a card, put a card back.
Get the miracles going.
Yeah, you can shift around battlefields if you choose to do the ultimate. Personally, I just want to do the flicker effect.
Personally, I prefer the air. And you know what? There's one more thing I got to push out there. I'm mad at this because I forgot to put him on the roster. He's going by the name Odell Beckham Jr., but you heathens might best know him as the Scarab God.
Yeah, Scarab God. He does a lot of stuff. he mills. He scries. He brings things from the graveyard and exiles the originals.
He giveth and taketh away life.
Yeah, so Scarab God definitely goes in here. So I think that we've talked about enough. We've given you enough ideas for free.
And maybe you know some cards. Like I said, this is a rough draft of what we're putting together. Maybe there's some cards out there you guys can pitch to us so that that's not on this list. And you know what? Put them down in the comments section.
Yeah, and personally, when I build this and why I chose Amanatu as the commander, I want to do some proliferating. Get there fast, a little bit faster. There's a lot of proliferate spells out there to do some stuff, do some damage. So let us know how you would build around Ashiok nightmare fuel, because that's all this is, just pure nightmare fuel.
Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Command Center. We appreciate the content, we appreciate the input, and we appreciate you guys staying around and watching us do what we do best. Like and subscribe, consider becoming a patron if you want. But until next time, peace.